Well, hello everyone. Thanks for joining us. Welcome to the Magento Enterprise Edition 2.1 webinar and demo. My name is Laura Kimball and I'm the Director of Enablement here at Magento, and I'll be your host for today's session. Before we get going, we want to encourage everyone to please ask questions via the questions window on this GoToWebinar tool. We'll have a full hour talking about the product. We will do our best to get to questions at the end of the hour, but if we don't, your account manager or account executive will be following up with you. But we welcome you to put your questions there, and hopefully we can address those at the end of today's session. So in addition to myself, I'm joined by Bob Meixner, who is the Head of Solution Consulting, who will be giving our demo today on Magento Enterprise 2.1. So today's webinar and demo is all about educating you on our industry-leading solution, Magento Enterprise Edition 2.1, and how it can advance your business. So as you can see from the agenda, we will touch briefly on the full Magento product line. We will then move to review the Magento Enterprise Edition features. We will demo the product based on both the shopper and the merchant personas, so you can see both angles, and the topics will include multi-site management, product catalog management, content management and landing page creation, segmentation and targeted content, promotions and promotion upsells, and then we'll finish up with a preview of upcoming Enterprise Edition only features. So now I'm happy to turn the presentation over to Bob Meixner to talk about the Magento Commerce Omnichannel Platform. Bob.
All right, thanks a lot, Laura. At Magento, we offer a world-class integrated suite of products designed to empower retailers, brands, and businesses to engage and delight customers in an increasingly complex and evolving omnichannel environment. Our flagship digital commerce platform, Magento Enterprise Edition, empowers you to deliver engaging customer experiences with industry-leading flexibility and time to value, with solutions tailored precisely to your requirements. You can easily add new capabilities or connect to third-party systems through a wide assortment of either off-the-shelf extensions available in the Magento marketplace or extensions you may choose to develop on your own or with a partner. Magento Commerce Order Management enables you to deliver a consistent omni-channel experience across all of your sales and fulfillment channels and provide centralized inventory and order fulfillment capabilities via our modular cloud-based platform. And finally, Magento Analytics provides actionable insight into your business by quickly connecting to multiple data sources, such as CRM systems, Google Analytics, Google AdWords, Facebook ads, and of course, Magento Digital Commerce. All of this data can be viewed in a unified fashion via out-of-the-box dashboards and customizable reports. All right, now let's get to the focus of today's presentation, learning about Magento Enterprise Edition 2.1 capabilities. Magento Enterprise Edition 2.1 is the next generation in digital commerce. It's been designed to help you take advantage of opportunities faster than ever before and win in an increasingly competitive global market by delivering in a few key areas. First, enterprise-level scale and support for global expansion. Second, unmatched agility to allow you to quickly adapt to changing market trends and dynamics. Plus, it provides you with the ability to more efficiently manage and optimize your marketing, your merchandising, and your operations to drive sales. And finally, the ability to continuously, and perhaps most importantly, cost-effectively innovate to drive your business forward, from utilizing new functionality in our platform upgrade to new turnkey extensions and connectors that are available within the marketplace. Let's explore the key features and benefits powering Magento Enterprise Edition 2.1, and those fall into 4 categories. First, engaging customer experiences to help you increase sales. Second, an intuitive merchant experience to help you more efficiently manage your business. Third, enterprise performance and scale to meet customer expectations and to support your business growth. And finally, that all sits on a modern platform architecture designed to enable fast, flexible, and affordable development. Today's demonstration will focus on the first two categories. For more details on the modern platform architecture and enterprise scale and performance, please register for one of our upcoming technology sessions. All right, now let's get into the demonstration. And as I mentioned, we're first going to take a look at the types of engaging shopper experiences you can create leveraging the Enterprise Edition platform. And then we'll go through and peel back the layers and take a look at the type of intuitive merchant experience Magento provides via its administration tool. To do that, let's quickly meet our fictional brand Luma and our shopper Sharon. Luma is a fictional global brand of fitness apparel and gear with a highly loyal customer base. And our shopper Sharon, she's a fitness fanatic. She loves doing yoga on the beach. You can see she's pictured there. And she shops the website frequently, always wants to look fresh. And today, she happens to be shopping for a new hoodie that she might use later this evening. So she wants to get it right away. So let's take a look at the type of engaging customer experience Luma has created for Sharon, leveraging Magento Enterprise Edition 2.1. So to do that, I'll hop back over to my web browser here. And this is where we land on the Luma homepage. And when Sharon, our shopper, lands on the Luma homepage, she's greeted with vivid imagery designed to really engage her with the brand, bring the brand to life. And that, of course, is combined with trending product content as well as non-product content designed to tell the brand a story, bring the brand to life, and help create a connection with shoppers, new or returning. And as we scroll through the homepage, you can see it's really a nice mixture of content and commerce, merging the commerce capabilities with marketing capabilities and content management. Now, keep in mind, these sites can look and feel and function however you choose. That's one of the great differentiators of Magento is you're not locked into any one look and feel. You have total design flexibility and functional flexibility with the experience that you want to create for your brand. We'll take a look at a couple different experiences here in a moment. But let's go in and continue our shopper journey here. We know that Sharon is in the market for a top, so we're going to come over to the top page here. And on this landing page, we're presented with products, but we can also see our guided navigation along the left. And this is great because it helps shoppers find exactly what they're looking for. Now, this is driven based upon all of the product attributes that you may maintain around your products within your catalog. And when we get into the business user tools, I'll show you just how easy it is for you to go through and add new attributes and choose where you want to expose them, like guided navigation facets that we see along the left. The power is really in your hands. In this case, Sharon is going to shop by color. Here we can see the native swatching capabilities display not only the products that are available in green, but it goes through and shows the actual green image to create a more relevant and engaging experience for our shopper. We also know that she's interested in hoodies and sweatshirts. We'll drill in by category. And we may also want to take a look at what may be available for in-store pickup. So here is where you're starting to see the value of commerce order management and having a global view of inventory across your entire fulfillment network that includes warehouses, stores, and other supply channels. And by incorporating that into your commerce infrastructure, it allows you to do more creative and engaging things from a customer experience perspective, like allowing shoppers to browse for products that may be available for in-store pickup immediately, expanding the online assortment, creating different promotions and collections that can drive traffic to your in-store channel or other channels that you're looking to increase activity on. In this case, we drilled down specifically for in-store pickup items, and the Mona pullover hoodie catches Sharon's eye. When we come over into the product detail page, here we're greeted with a 360-degree video, really bringing the product to life. Shoppers are much more likely to convert when they're given the option to watch a product video. And Enterprise Edition allows you to very easily add these product videos right in your product detail pages as alternate views. So they're immediately available for the shopper. There's no scrolling. We don't have to dig any deeper. We can totally see the video right on the main screen. If we are interested in learning more about the product, here we can scroll down and we can see an expanded product detail page with more content around how the clothing is made, behind the scenes shoots from the Luma photo shoot. Again, areas here to tell the brand story, increase customer engagement, and create a stickier experience that builds loyal customers so they keep coming back. Down below, we have our You May Also Like items. These are rules driven, and I'll show you how easy it is to create these rules to save you time as merchandisers so that you can make sure you're presenting relevant cross-sells, upsells, and related products. And then we also have ratings and reviews native within the platform, and we all know that those are very important in building consumer confidence. If everything looks good, Sharon thinks this hoodie is going to work for her. She'll go through and select her size and her color, and she does want to actually pick this up in store today, so we're going to come over and enter in our zip code. We know we're going to be down in the Soho area today, so she chooses the Broadway Soho store. And again, here's where we're seeing that interaction with Commerce Order Management that has visibility into the inventory that is currently available for in-store pickup at this specific store. And we can see it is available for pickup today. That is good news for Sharon, and she'll go ahead and add that to her shopping cart. Now, once we've added it to our cart, at that point, we can be done, right? We can simply go to checkout and complete the process, but I also want to cover off on a couple other quick topics as part of the customer experience, and one of those is multi-site management. It's very easy in Magento to create multiple sites to serve different markets, whether those are international markets with different language and currency requirements, or different sites for perhaps different brands or audiences that you may sell to. And in Magento, you have the ability to pick and choose what you want to be shared and what you want to be unique across those sites. It's all defined within the administration tool. In this case, we've gone through and created a couple different views of the storefront for our U.S. English market as well as our German audience. And we also have a couple different brands as well. If I pop over to Venya, this is more of a specifically focused brand on women's fashion. And you can see we have a different customer experience here. We have a different look and feel, different content, different products, but we've elected to share some components like the shopping cart. Notice we still have one item in our cart that carries over from the shopping experience we had on Luma. So it can be as separate or as shared as you choose to define it. Now, a few other things to point out on this site is this is leveraging our fully responsive design templates. So if I come over and we take a look at what this particular site might look like on other devices, I have the ability here to take a look at what this might look like on an iPhone in portrait view, and we can see that the site scales down. We don't lose any content. We have the ability here to go through and take a look at our homepage content. If I want to browse through and shop the look, here is where I can come into really more of a lookbook area where I can scroll through different outfits, different kits, different bundles. Magento supports a variety of different product types, and we can shop really on a content-rich experience regardless as to what device we might be working on. And these templates are available out of the box to decrease your time to market and still allow you to provide a relevant shopping experience. I'll come back over to the desktop view and I'll drill in further to the shop the look area because, again, you can see the types of creative ways you can go through and present different groups of products and bundles. We're going to swipe through here as Sharon, and she's looking at the different outfits. We know she loves the beach, right? So the perfectly beachy outfit definitely catches her eye, and she goes in to shop this look. And here is where we're not taking the shopper out of their regular researching, shopping, buying flow. We really are just presenting the outfit here in an overlay. So if it's not something we're interested in, we can easily X out of it, and we're not distracting the shopper from what they were on the path of doing. So great way to, again, start reducing abandonment with the design elements of your site. If this is something we're interested in, we certainly can go through and select the components of this outfit, and I'll go through and start adding it to my bag. Again, you can see we have the 360-degree video on this outfit as well. And as it steps us through the different components of this look, we can see we have a sale price here for the bangle set. And if everything looks good, we'll go ahead and grab the look, and why not take a look at our shopping bag. Here is where we see that unified shopping cart. There's the Mona pullover hoodie that we were looking at earlier that we added to our cart that's going to be picked up in store. We support full line item independence for orders, so you can ship orders, ship line items to multiple destinations, provide different fulfillment options for each line item. You have complete flexibility there. If everything looks good, we're going to go ahead and proceed to the checkout process. And the checkout process is designed to be as frictionless as possible, right? We want to get people in and out. And when we're going through the checkout, we have the ability to come over, and the first piece of information that it asks is essentially what is the email address that we're looking for, we're going to be working with as a shopper. So this allows us to go through and prompt the shopper to essentially see whether or not they have an account. If they do have an account, they're prompted to log in, and then they can go through and specify all of their saved billing and shipping options. So I'll go through, and we can, of course, complete the checkout very seamlessly. All right, so this is really the end of the engaging customer experience portion of the demonstration, where we took a look at a few different components, right? We took a look at how you can provide content-rich experiences across multiple sites and multiple devices, and really deliver on the omni-channel experience for the shopper, supported, of course, in conjunction with Magento Commerce Order Management. Let's go through and take a look at how easy it is to manage this experience. And to do that, I've now switched over into the administration tool that allows me to go through and start manipulating the site. When we come in, here we're working really as a non-technical user, we're working as a marketer, we're working as a merchandiser, and the initial page we see here is a dashboard designed to give us actionable insight to help influence our merchandising decisions. Here we can see top search terms, we can see our last search terms, any best sellers, all immediately available right here. So I might take some of this information and use it to influence the changes that I may make across the site. Over along the left-hand side, certainly we have all of our navigation for the different components of the site. Keep in mind, this is touch-friendly, so if you do need to make last-minute merchandising changes on the go from your iPad, you have the ability to do it. It's also role-based. So if you have larger teams, and there might be some folks responsible for managing the catalog, while others may control special promotions and pricing, and yet another group might do customer service, and another group might do content management, the enterprise edition of the platform gives you a very granular role-based system that you can use to grant permissions to different components of the application. All right, let's get into the first main section of the demonstration, which is really going to deal with managing product and content and rolling changes out across the site. Before we drill into each one of those areas in more detail, one of the best places to start is the staging dashboard. The staging dashboard really brings everything together for our shoppers, or excuse me, for our merchandisers. This is where merchandisers can clearly see all active campaigns that are on the site, and a campaign is a collection of products, categories, content blocks, content pages, pricing and promotion discounts, all grouped together, and they roll on and off the website on a timed basis. So there's no scheduling that you need to do with other folks. You can schedule all of these completely by yourself. You don't have to wait up until midnight to push a button or frantically enter changes into a production environment in the hopes that it works. Everything can be carefully tested and staged using this tool. So let's take a look at what we're seeing here. First off, we can see that we currently have an active campaign around our main holiday messaging content. We can view this dashboard over a 1-week period, or we can expand it out over 4 weeks to get a broader view. And of course, I can scroll as well. So here is where I can see we have some upcoming campaigns. I can very clearly see how certain campaigns are going to overlap and interact. This is also a great tool to plan your merchandising schedule, go through and identify gaps within your merchandising strategy, all directly from the staging dashboard here. Now, if I want to take a look at what my site is going to look like on a future date, all I need to do is click into a campaign and preview it. And this will show me the effects of my campaign. If I come over and take a look at my homepage here, we can see the homepage has changed to promote some summer content and 30% off tanks and tees. I have the ability to come over and watch my site change over time. If I want to see what my site's going to look like at the end of the month, I can go through and select that specific date and time and go ahead and click on preview. And here we now see it changes again, and we are launching the new Luma Yoga collection. Now, it's important to point out that this isn't just content changes. You have the ability to test your pricing, promotion, preview categories, take a look at product details. All of that can be tested here all the way through to checkout. So if you need to make sure that your promotions and combinability rules, promotion priority is all working as designed, you have the ability to test that here. It's also multi-site aware. Notice I have a scope area here where I can come over and specifically choose which view of my site or multiple sites I want to take a look at to make sure that we're delivering a consistent experience across all brands and all views of the site. And when you're ready to share your work with your peers or management, you have a shareable URL that you can use as part of your review process. So very, very intuitive tools here to go through and help you roll out changes throughout your site. Let's go back over to the staging dashboard. A couple other things to point out here, just from a usability standpoint. If you just want to see certain campaigns that are specific to what you're working on, notice you have the ability to filter by start and end time, other campaign details, and you also have the ability to just search by keyword. So if I want to take a look at just the campaigns that are active or coming up or built for summer, I can come over and search specifically by keyword, and now I have a very focused view of my dashboard. And you'll see those configurable grids throughout a variety of different areas of the application. It's a design pattern that is used throughout the application to improve business user efficiency. All right, so let's drill into one of these campaigns in a little more detail here by clicking on View and Edit. And this is where we get more of a granular view as to exactly what is in a campaign. I can adjust campaign dates. Here we can take a look and see we have incorporated some products, we have some CMS blocks. All the contents of a campaign are easily exposed in panels that can simply be expanded. If I want to go in and make changes, all I need to do is click on View and Edit, and this brings me to an area where I can go through and change the components or properties of this product specific to the time frame of this campaign. We'll talk more about products in a moment. So very easy to make changes directly from the campaign, but you can also make changes right from the actual respective areas within the application. So if we are drilling deeper into products, we'll go into our catalog. And when we come into the catalog, I'm going to just change my filters here really quickly so we view all products. And let's talk about how products get into the system. We have the ability within the Enterprise Edition to allow you to schedule imports of products. So on a time basis, we can look to a particular location, file system, FTP site, and pull products in with as much or as little information about those products as you have available to you. You can also, of course, manually create products using an intuitive wizard within the tool. If you are importing products and you've imported all of the right product information, then you may not need to do any product manipulation within this tool. But if you're like most merchants, you probably have some degree of manipulation that needs to happen, making sure that you have the right SEO information, images, descriptions, going through and essentially making sure that your products are completely omni-channel ready. And the business user tools within Magento help you do that very easily. Let's first work on finding exactly the right set of products that we need to manipulate. And to do that, notice we have configurable columns, which are based on all of the product attributes that you're tracking. And certainly you would go through and create your own attributes that are specific to the information that's important to you about your product. So maybe I don't necessarily care about workflow information, but I do want to go through and take a look at the material that items are made from. So I'll turn on the material column. Notice material now appears in my grid. If I want to move it around, I can drag and drop it into position here to create a view that works exactly for the type of products that I'm working with. And that also becomes available as a filter. So I can come over and say, you know what, show me only products that are made of organic cotton that are tops. Perhaps we're going to work with all of them together. I can also enter in a SKU prefix, a range of IDs, lots of different ways to get down and find the products that I need to work with. Once I've done that, I now see just 25 items. And if this is a set of products that I work with frequently, and most merchandisers work across a variety of different types and sets of products throughout the day, you certainly don't want to have to be building those filters all the time. You can come over and save these views. So this might be my organic cotton tops. I'll go ahead and save that. And notice I have some other saved views here as well. I can quickly pop over and take a look at anything on my workflow dashboard that might be requiring review. We've emphasized these fields over here. I can take a look at what may be coming up for the men's private sale for 2017. And then I can also drill into perhaps the hoodies that we're preparing for the spring collection. Once I've found the right set of products, if I need to manipulate all of them, I can simply select them all and choose Update Attributes, or I can come over and edit each one individually. So if I go through and grab the Ariel roll sleeve sweatshirt as an example, let's grab this one and take a look at the details. Notice at the top, you can see that all of the scheduled changes for this item appear right at the top. So there's no guesswork around what other campaigns and times of those campaigns or changes these items may be a part of. And again, you'll see that as a consistent piece of the design of the application, regardless as to what type of asset you're working with. If I want to schedule a new update, all I need to do is click on Schedule New Update. This allows me to make other changes to this item and either create them as an entirely new campaign, or I can assign these changes to campaigns that may have already been created. So if I take a look at assign to an existing campaign, maybe we want to make this part of the changes that we're going to be launching for the Summer Sunset Sale. I'll go ahead and select that campaign, and then down below I can start making my changes. And here's where we can see all of the different types of attributes that we're tracking around the item. These attributes are important because they play a key role in the customer experience. What categories are these items going to be in? What promotions are they going to be eligible for? What guided navigation is going to appear? That all is driven using attributes, and I'll show you in a moment how easy it is to add new attributes. But if they already exist, you can simply start changing them here. Maybe we know that this is now actually made out of performance fabric, and we want to mark it as an item that is recommended by Erin. Maybe this will put it in a special curated collection of just items that Erin recommends, and we know this is a women's product, so we'll mark that as well. We can drill into the content area and maybe call out that it is on sale. And of course, I can embed images and video here, really do whatever I need to do to create those content-rich product detail pages. All of my different product variations, the individual SKUs of items are represented here, and you can drill into each one and make SKU-specific changes if you need to, but I'll go ahead and collapse that. In our images and video area, I can easily drag and drop new images if I need to refresh the imagery. I can also add that engaging product video, right, by clicking on Add New Video, and it will go through and pull the video in. I can get a preview of what this looks like. Maybe we want to use this as the actual base image or view that appears on the product detail page, so we'll mark it as the base item as well. And I'll go ahead and save this. Perhaps we'll position it in the second position there. Very easily done via drag and drop. And I can go through and enter in other details here, all of the SEO information for the product. I can create friendly, path-based, canonical URLs, control all the meta information as well, and set up my cross-sells and upsells, but we're going to use rules to do that in a moment. We won't do it one by one. Once I'm done, I'm going to go ahead and save my change. And when I save my change, we can now see this pops into the timeline at the top here, letting me know where my change falls within the overall changes that are scheduled for this item. And there's a direct link that allows me to come out and get a preview of what this product is actually going to look like. So here we can see I have added my video. Very easily play that there. We can see it's in the second position. I've added my details, and I've gone in and changed some of the product information. So if this looks good, then there's nothing else that I need to do. So I'll come back over to my product details area, and let's talk about adding new attributes. Maybe there's something that maybe we decided, we really should be tracking the fit of these items. People want to shop by slim fit, regular fit, relaxed fit, whatever it is. Notice I can add new product attributes right from the area where I'm editing product information. So if I click on Add Attribute, this is where I have the ability to add existing attributes here that have not been yet tracked for this type of product, or I can create entirely new attributes. So we really are putting the control right in your hands in terms of the information that you want to track around your items, and that opens up a lot of different creative merchandising scenarios. So here I'm going to enter in fit, and what type of field is this going to be? Well, is it going to be an alternate price, an image, a swatch? Lots of flexibility here. I'm going to choose a drop-down menu here and go through and start entering in the values. So we'll choose slim, and we'll also choose regular. Notice I have the ability to enter in the different translated options here as well for the different languages of my site or my different brands. I don't need to repeat or recreate these fields per site. So maybe I want to refer to slim as trim on Venya. I can just enter in an alternate representation of the same value here, saving you time and reducing the complexity of your data model. Where the magic really happens, though, is under storefront properties. And this is where you determine how you're going to use this field. What role will this field play in the customer experience? Maybe we want to incorporate it in the search criteria, give it a search weight. Perhaps we want to expose it on the advanced search page. Let's make it visible in the storefront compare feature so people can compare different fits. It would also make sense to expose it as a facet within the layered navigation when people are browsing categories as well as when they're searching. We'll go through and enable it for promotion conditions so we can create discounts based upon the fit of our items. And once we're done, we can go through and either save the attribute or continue saving it either as part of the existing attribute set or a new attribute set. So we haven't actually talked about attribute sets yet. Let's quickly cover that. Notice there is an attribute set here at the top specified, and it happens to be 4 tops. Attribute sets are great ways to keep you organized, right? You'll probably have a variety of different types of products in your catalog, different information requirements. Attribute sets group like attributes together for different sets of products. So any attribute that I add here will be added to the top attribute set and can be tracked for all tops. Great way to, again, keep you organized. Once your products are merchandised and ready to go, the next step is getting them into categories. Let's go into category management. And there are some really specific enterprise-only capabilities here that save you lots of time. Let's go through and quickly create a new category to talk through some of those. Perhaps we're going to add a new category for New Year deals. So I'm going to not enable it yet. I'm going to give the category a name and go ahead and save the category. So I can go through and start defining more properties of the category here. One of them being, well, what is actually going to be in the category? So under product and category, here's where I can now go through and leverage a smart category to automatically pull products into the category based upon attribute. So in this case, I'm going to come through and say, you know what, if an item is marked as eco-friendly, notice I have a variety of different product attributes here, and you can control what is in this list. If an item is marked as eco-friendly, we're going to include it in the category, and I can continue adding conditions as needed. I'll go through and sort it by newest products first, and this will go through and always be updating, right? So as new products come into the catalog and they have the right attributes, they'll automatically flow into these categories. And this saves you time because your categories become self-maintaining then. There's no additional reconfiguration that you need to do, and the sorting options keep the newest items on the top fresh. There are other sorting options as well. You can sort by inventory and price and a variety of other criteria. Now, for those collections that require a more gut feel approach, notice once we add the items to the category, we get a visual representation of the sequencing and the order of how these are going to look to our shoppers. So for those smaller collections that require more of a granular approach to the sequencing, you can simply drag and drop them into place. Maybe the Carmen Yoga pant should be in the first place. The Portia Capri looks good in the second. Let's move the Daria Bikram pant to the fourth. And this gives you a very clear view of how you want to lay out that page. So this capability, the visual merchandising capability, is really a nice combination of the efficiencies of automation with the smart categories while having the granularity that the drag and drop gives you as well, the power of granular control. All right, so once we have the items in the category, of course we can enter in our SEO information as well. Here we have our path-based URL. This is true for any page and product that you create in the system. And if this changes, we'll go through and generate the necessary redirects so you don't get penalized from an SEO standpoint. Under category permissions, here is where we have more enterprise-only capabilities around who can see this category. This works really well for private sales, for VIP categories, creating exclusive collections for your best customers. So maybe this is only going to be available to customers in our VIP group, and they have the ability to browse, and they can see prices, and they can add to the shopping cart. But perhaps if you are not logged in, if we don't know who you are, then we're going to deny you access. You don't have access to see this category. This functionality is also used in the B2B context when you're creating custom catalogs for different buyers that have negotiated different contracts. So notice we have different contract tiers here, which may grant varying levels of access to the product catalog. So a B2B component mixed in there as well. Once we're done, we can go through and schedule this category just like any other asset. So if I want to go through and add a new New Year's campaign, I can do that. If I just want to put it in one of my existing campaigns, I can do that as well. Let's go through and enable it and include it in the menu. And we'll go ahead and schedule that, and there we can see we have our scheduled changes for when this item goes live. The last thing we'll cover off on related to products is managing those cross-sells, upsells, and related items. This is another capability that's exclusive to Enterprise Edition, and it's all about, of course, presenting the most relevant cross-sells, upsells, and related products that are going to increase sales while doing it as efficiently as possible as a business user, and that's where these rules come into play. So I'm going to come over and create cross-sells for tops, and we're going to define it as a cross-sell. Again, you can do this for a variety of different types of related products and cross-sells and upsells. This really just determines where it's going to appear on the page. I'm going to choose cross-sells here. I can give it a date. I can also go through and specify different rule sets for different customer segments. So we'll talk more about segmentation in a moment, but I'm going to make this specific to our rewards members. So the next step is telling the system what we're actually setting the cross-sells up for, and that's under products to match. And I can use a condition builder that pulls in all of my different product attributes to determine that. I'm simply going to say, you know what, if it's associated with the top attribute set, this is what we're setting up cross-sells for. What cross-sells are we going to display? That's under products to display. So here is where I can go through and enter in conditions using the same condition builder. I'll go through and say, you know what, whenever somebody is looking at tops, we want to present, logically, bottoms. And I can even make it more tailored here. I can incorporate other attributes like the material. So if I want to make sure that if somebody's looking at a spandex top, they have a matching spandex bottom. So notice I'm going to not put a specific constant value here. I'm going to keep it set to matched product material. And by using this variable, this rule becomes highly flexible. It always shows what is relevant to what the customer is looking at. You can also incorporate price here to increase your average order value. If I know that perhaps for this particular customer segment, they are likely to spend a little bit more, maybe we want to present cross-sells that are 20% more expensive than the product that you are looking at. So here we've incorporated price as well. This is a great way to present relevant additional products to the shopper to increase your average order value that's available within the Enterprise Edition, and it, of course, can be targeted to specific customer segments. All right, so moving along, wrapping up the section on managing products and really moving into managing more of that non-product content. So landing pages like the one we see here that incorporate really a combination of promotional and inspirational content along with shoppable product content, in this case down at the bottom. These types of content-rich experiences can be built using the native content management capabilities of Magento Enterprise Edition. And let's start with blocks. Blocks are reusable pieces of content that can be placed really anywhere throughout the site by a business user. And anything can go in a block. It can be a snippet bit of HTML, a reference to an image, a video. Let's go through and look at the gear block. That's the one that we just saw on the front end a moment ago. And here we can see this is also part of the Summer Sunset Sale. There's some updates taking place for it. Down below, of course, I can go through and take a look at all of the different areas of content that are part of this particular block, and I can add my images and my videos. Whatever I need can be placed in a block. Once my blocks are created, then all I need to do is place them throughout the site or create a new page for them. In this case, I'll go through and create a brand new page, and we'll come through and add a new page. This may be our top products page. And I'm going to come into the content area here. And again, I have my WYSIWYG editor, and I can start inputting content, but I'm going to save myself time and reuse content that's already been created, and I'll do that by inserting a reference to it using a widget. There's a variety of different widget types. You can download your own widget types based upon the look and feel and functions that you want to enable within your site. I'm going to incorporate a static block here and look out into my block library and grab my gear block and go ahead and insert that. And then below it, perhaps I want that list of products. So I'll come over and insert another widget. In this case, it will be my products list. And now based upon the widget type that I choose, now I have options. What title do I want to display above the widget? Do I want to display page control? Maybe I'll display 4 per page. And what am I actually going to display? Well, I have my now familiar looking conditions builder that allows me to identify the products in the same way that I would identify products and associate them with a smart category, any combination of product attributes. So the beauty of this is, if you've already defined those rules as part of an existing category, you can come through and simply select it. I'll go through and browse to my women's hoodies in this case and incorporate those products into this page. Once I'm done with my content, I can come over and determine which area of my website I want to have it be associated with. We'll have it be an English version. I have my SEO information that I could enter in. I can go through and choose some design components. These are the templates that have been built for me. In this case, I'll choose perhaps 2 columns with a left bar, and the look and feel will be the Luma theme, and I'll go ahead and save my page. Now this can be scheduled and previewed just like the other assets that we've been looking at, and I'm going to come over and take a quick peek at what we've built here. We can see the block has been laid out nicely within the template, and the hot sellers happen to be part of that block, so you can reference widgets within blocks if you need to. But down below, here we have now our top hoodies in the widget style that we went through and just created. So really within a few simple steps, it's very easy to create these content-rich experiences leveraging native capabilities of the application. The question then becomes, well, how do I start personalizing it? How do I start tailoring these experiences to different audiences? That can be done natively within the platform as well. Let's take a look at this landing page for hoodies and sweatshirts. Notice down at the bottom, I have a triple point banner here. This is really a targeted banner to a specific customer segment, and it is the intersection of a variety of key capabilities of the Magento platform. So not only are we using the content management capabilities and targeting a promotional banner to a specific customer segment, but we've also incorporated the loyalty engine and the promotions engine of the platform. So natively, in the Enterprise Edition, you have the ability to run a loyalty program. You can set up different accrual tiers for the accrual of different points by customer group and at different redemption levels as well. And then you can also specify options to earn points by doing different activities to encourage storefront activity like writing reviews, subscribing to a newsletter, referring friends, and more. The promotions engine can also, in addition to granting discounts, can grant additional loyalty points. So they're nicely tied together, and that's why we see we have 3,000 bonus points here that we're eligible to receive if we spend 200 or more on women's qualifying tops. So how do we create that type of experience? Well, it really all starts with the segmentation engine. Let's take a look at our segments. Customers can appear in multiple segments. It's dynamic based upon what they're doing. Customers can be targeted anonymously. They can be targeted if they're logged in. Certainly if they're logged in, we know more about them. We can target them more deeply. But in this case, notice we have a few samples created based upon your browse history, the value of your shopping cart, what is in your cart. Those are all things that we can anonymously collect about the shopper. But if we know who you are, we know what you've purchased, what your preferences are, you have 5 preferences, you have purchased certain items, you have the ability to target them a little in a deeper fashion. So let's take a look here. If I come over to the Conditions tab, this is where I define the criteria that customers need to meet in order to fall into a segment. Notice I have a whole host of customer attributes here. So if we know who you are and we've profiled you, we can start tracking this information. And the beauty of the Enterprise Edition is you can add new attributes here just like you can add new product attributes. So if I want to track a shopper's preferred activities, I can go ahead and do that, ask the shopper within their shopping experience or as part of their registration process or customer profile. There's a variety of different ways to collect that data. But you can also incorporate items from the shopping cart, what's found in your shopping cart or wish list. Certainly that can be based on any criteria from a product standpoint. So maybe we're looking for shoppers that have all-weather items in their cart. We can also do it based upon lifetime sales value, activity. If we take a look at the purchase history, we can take a look at what was viewed or what was ordered. Certainly viewed is more anonymous, and ordered relates to what the customers actually purchased. And we can, again, leverage our product attributes here to go through and define those. Once we've defined our segments, then we can start targeting rules-based product relations to them like we did earlier, as well as other content. And those are targeted using what are called banners. So banners can be any snippet of HTML. Don't think that it just has to be an image. A banner is essentially a targeted block of content that's targeted to a particular segment. And here we have our triple points vertical banner that we just looked at on the hoodies and sweatshirts page. It's placed in either the left or the right column, and it's targeted to our rewards members. The content that's actually targeted is actually placed into the banner using a widget. There's no need to re-enter the content here. You can simply reference other content that has already been created. So in this case, I could drill down into find my triple points block, and I can go ahead and insert a widget, and that's how easy it is to create the personalized banner. How do we get the promotions into play? Well, if I come over into my marketing area, here is where I have my cart price rules. This is where I can go through and create promotions. Let's grab this 30% off store-wide promotion. And promotions, of course, can be scheduled just like other types of content. Down below is where we can go through and determine the customer groups we're targeting, whether or not we're requiring a coupon. In this case, we're using a specific coupon, but if we want to go through and auto-generate thousands of unique coupon codes in a variety of formats and then export those codes out and use them in an email blast, that's fully supported. You can generate those unique codes. But really where most of the work happens is in the Conditions tab. This is where we determine the criteria that needs to be true in order for customers to qualify for our promotion. And notice we can leverage the segmentation engine here as well. So maybe I want to make this specific to rewards members, but not all rewards members. Perhaps rewards members that are currently spending more than $200 in their cart. And maybe it's just on certain products. I can enter in product restrictions here as well. So I'll go through now again leverage my familiar looking conditions builder, and maybe we just want to make this available for our all-weather items. When the conditions apply, what will happen? Well, that's over on the Actions tab, and here is where we can choose the type of discount that we're going to give. In this case, we're giving 30% off, and we could give a fixed amount off. We can do buy a certain amount, get a certain amount free. Those BOGO scenarios are supported. In this case, we're giving 30%, and if I wanted to go through and grant free shipping, I can do that. Here's where I'm granting my 3,000 loyalty points, and it's really that easy to go through and start setting up the promotions within the storefront. All right, so we've covered a lot of ground over the past hour. Let's quickly review what we've covered. We took a look at both the shopper and the merchant personas across a variety of different topics, ranging from multi-site management to managing your catalog and content and targeting that content, all the way down to creating and managing targeted promotions and product upsells. This, of course, is all done on the Enterprise Edition 2.1 of Magento Digital Commerce, which is designed to allow you to scale, be agile, and continue to innovate. So with that, Laura, I'll turn it back over to you.
Fantastic. Thank you, Bob. Obviously, there are many, many valuable features with Magento Enterprise Edition, and we encourage you, you saw a lot today. If you have questions on those particular segments, please reach out to your account executive, and if you don't know who that would be, please put a message now in the chat and I'll make sure that we connect you with the right person. But before we wrap up, we do want to talk about our upcoming product releases. We plan to be bringing a lot of new features to market faster in 2017 to help you stay on top of all the e-commerce trends and ahead of your competition. Now, this doesn't mean that you have to update with every release. You can certainly pick and choose which ones are most important to you and your business and what you're trying to accomplish. But if you want to stay on that leading edge, we'll be right there with you to provide a fresh set of enhancements. We have a really exciting roadmap ahead with many just unique to Enterprise Edition features. So some of the key themes that we'll be addressing in the coming quarters will include new native B2B capabilities, including company account creation and a request for quote. We will be enhancing content management. We look to offer more promotion types and more sophisticated personalization and segmentation options. We will be integrating advanced analytics and segmentation tools, as well as providing better reporting capabilities. So a lot ahead in 2017. We hope you are with us to experience all of this. So on behalf of Magento, thank you for attending. And as I've mentioned, if you know who to reach out to, please do. You can also email demo@magento.com. We will also take care of addressing your questions that you might have submitted via chat today, because we are out of time, but we'll definitely circle back with you and make sure you get those answered. So again, thank you for joining. Everyone have a great day and great holidays. Thank you.